Peace and love to y'all out there. It's Malik. It's actually my second time recording this. I'm still getting used to this podcast stuff. It's been challenging, but I'm doing my best. Check me out how I look. But I wanted to talk to you today about the impact that meditation has had on me in my life. And I was hoping that you would take a second to see if you could breathe with me. It's going to be a 4-7-8 technique. So I want you to inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, and then release for 8. I'll do it with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to affirm yourself by saying, I am allowed to breathe. I just want to remind you that you are allowed to take a break. In fact, when was the last time you actually sat down and did nothing? Have you ever looked at your own thoughts? Or the thoughts that you're having today no longer serving you? Was it based on something in the past? Are they even your thoughts? Before I actually started to meditate, no cap, to the answer to those questions, the last time I did nothing was probably never. I was and still today at times just running around playing a game, stretching, listening to music, podcasts. And I never before actually sat down and looked at my thoughts. I would just think all day. With meditating, I later realized that the thoughts I was having weren't even mine. And by that I mean feeling at times that I took the easy way out, or I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough. A lot of those kind of limiting beliefs were what people told me, and they influenced me in my thoughts in some way. And it wasn't until therapy and meditation that a lot of my thoughts, feelings, and behaviors were just triggers that I was looping myself into. For example, right now I'm studying Python, programming language, and I would feel myself avoiding it. I would think to myself, I can't do it, which in turn had me avoiding it altogether. With the help of meditation, I was able to observe the feeling in my body. When a negative self-talk would start, I would kind of feel it behind my eyes. I'd feel it in my stomach. With the shadow work, I was able to discover that my negative experience during college, being in a lecture hall of 300 students, undiagnosed ADHD at the time, I struggled. But it was interesting today to observe how much those feelings that I had lingered. When you feel angry, where do you feel it in your body? Is it in your hands? Your face, chest? What if I told you that through meditation you can learn to be mindful of that feeling and learn to notice when and where these triggers arise for you? I don't want to sit here and bore you on the research done on meditation, but it's a practice that's been around for a very, very long time. And it's been known to help reduce stress and anxiety. It can increase focus and attention. It can improve sleep, it can lower blood pressure, etc. My curiosity for meditation began in therapy, and it's grown from there. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra talks about the importance of spending 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night just in silence, just to get to know yourself. Take time to get to know the real you. And the deeper I got into practicing, the more my curiosity grew and got into YouTube rabbit holes. Dr. Huberman, neuroscientist, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, very good resources on YouTube. Interested in taking a look. I even read a book called How to Train Your Mind that spoke of the productivity benefits of meditation. But for me and my personal benefits, I'm learning how to forgive myself for my past mistakes. When I, and as well as those around me, was just doing our best and didn't really know any better. I'm learning to be curious about my thoughts and what triggers them, and what physical feelings I feel when I'm, for example, anxious. When I'm anxious, I get kind of shallow and rapid breaths. I feel my eyes just moving a lot faster, and that's when the negative self-talk comes. But sitting in meditation in silence, it allowed me to go through and kind of clear up a lot of what I consider old lingering tabs. I not only increased my focus and overall mindfulness through meditation, but I also got a chance to observe, and a lot of my tabs that I had open, a lot of them were feelings that keep it being wasn't even mine. They have either been placed on me by like social media, my family, friends, relationships, etc. Meditation allowed me to break the habit of being myself. It's allowed me to take responsibility for being myself. It's allowed me to almost in a way reinvent myself. It allows me to play offense instead of defense. And by this, I mean, I'm able to sit down and create where I'm going. We don't see things for how they are. We see them for how we are. By visualizing thoughts and feelings, I'm more receptive to them when they come in the future. Doing so prevents me from reacting from the past. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you're not defined by a vision of the future, then you're left with old memories of the past, and you'll live a predictable life. And this is something I'm a firm believer of. How many of us are just caught in this constant mini and macro cycles, attracting the same types of friends, partners, jobs. Plenty of different ways to meditate. Some include mindfulness meditation, which is a personal favorite of mine, mantra meditations, movement meditation, chakra meditation, focusing on your 7 chakras. Ways that I meditate. I got started using Headspace. Calm app is another alternative, but for me, I use Headspace. Headspace is an app/website that provides guided meditation. These meditations have focuses on, beginner courses, has focus music, pro level courses, kind of sitting in silence. It has a wide range of different practices, and it's started the snowball of me kind of searching for more. So I came across an app called Brainwaves. Brainwaves is an app that I heavily been using. I do this in the morning and night. If I work from home, I sit on the balcony. When I'm working, I put on like focus music. I've been heavy on addressing my self-confidence, addressing my self-talk, focusing on my transition from my old to new self. And learning how to observe my thoughts. And they have guided meditation practices addressing that. They have binaural beats that play, gamma, beta, alpha, delta, and theta frequencies. They have frequencies that help you sleep. That's a big one that I've been using as well. Yoga is something I'm starting to do a little more. It's been having a lot of benefits and noticing the difference in my posture, me being more mindful of my breathing. It's something that I am excited to continue to explore, and I recommend it. The last one is YouTube. I do what they call NSDR or Yoga Nidra. It's non-sleep deep rest meditations. It's a practice of laying down and doing a body scan and kind of shutting your body off but maintaining consciousness. It's been very helpful for me for those nights that I don't sleep well, which is kind of off. For you, a very light practice to start. You can start by sitting in a chair, sitting on the ground in an upright posture. Let's set a timer for 2 minutes and close your eyes. With your eyes closed, you can count your breaths. During this process, something happened for me. My mind would wander often. That's okay. The practice is to gently bring your attention back to your breath. Once the timer is up, gently, no rush, get yourself up and come back to your physical senses. I understand why you probably would feel hesitant to start, thinking that it may not benefit you. You may not have time. You're wondering if you're doing it correctly. You also may fear what you may uncover. There's no perfect way to do it. There's all these plenty of different forms, and I encourage you to explore. But your concerns are very much valid. You know, I had them. Meditation is a form of self-care that might be new to you. New can be uncomfortable. But I want to encourage this thought to you that I've grown to understand. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care allows me to be whole. Self-care allows me to show up as me. And meditation helps me cultivate the person that I aspire to be. Your thoughts are electric. Your feelings are magnetic. When you have this thought, you kind of create this energy inside you. And this translates to feelings. And I say feelings are magnetic because we often do what we feel. I know myself, for example, if I've gotten mad and let that anger out, that energy kind of translates to other things. My question to you is, are you going to be defined by a vision of the future? Or are you going to be defined by the memories of the past? If you keep revisiting the same energy every single day in the same way, how can we expect things to change? This practice has allowed me the opportunity to work on my inner child to heal, to accept what is present, and to cultivate my future. Brother, I hope this was helpful to you in any way, and I want to thank you for listening. Let's care for our needs, cut the weeds, and continue planting these seeds. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are valid. May peace be with you.